Good morning, lovely people. How are you all today? I hope you're well. The law of sod seems to be playing silly whatsits with me today because for the last 2 days we've had absolutely glorious sunshine, gorgeous, bright skies, but I haven't been able to be in the garden because I've been working at home. So I've come down today. Of course, it's clouded over and we've just had a few spots of rain. I really hope, excuse me, I really hope it's just passing, because today I'm hoping will be all about the grass, amongst other things. So normally I would do my first cut probably by the end of February normally. But of course, towards the end of February, we got that first little smattering of snow, and then into March, the dumping of snow, and then for a couple more weeks it was so cold and the grass was frosty. I wouldn't be doing it then. And then after the snow had gone with all the rain, we actually, and this is true for all the communal paths too, we left the grass long just to protect the paths a bit because things were getting so muddy. But we're drying out. So hopefully today I can do my paths, plus we have another community day today. It's a whole month since we had that bonfire. Doesn't time fly? And I think one of the main jobs today will be to get the grass cut, because it's getting really long on the main paths. So hopefully the rain will hold off. Now, one thing I forgot to mention the other day, I had it in my bag and then forgot to mention. Do you remember at the end of January, we had the Great Garden Birdwatch run by the RSPB? So I don't know if any of you took part, some of you may have. If you did, you'll have gotten the results of the survey back. So they sent us the results with the top 10, so this is for the whole of the United Kingdom. They've collated all the information of all around the country, how many birds everyone was seeing in a particular hour, and they've come up with the top 10 of birds. Look who's number one, house sparrow. So what's really interesting, I'll just quickly tell you, if those who might be interested, in at number 10 was magpie, get loads here. Number 9 was the long-tailed tit, see a few here, not very many. Number 8 was the robin. Now it surprised me the robin was so low down, because we get so many robins here. Perhaps we're more aware of them here because they make themselves very obvious when we turn soil, as opposed to, say, a back garden where you've got more permanent planting, the soil's getting less disturbed. I don't know, but I was really surprised that was number 8. Number 7, great tit. Yes, we get great tits here. 6 was a goldfinch. Plenty of goldfinches here. Number 5, the blackbird. I love it. I love watching them hopping along the soil, grabbing worms. Now, number 4, the wood pigeon. I didn't see any wood pigeons on my day. I didn't even hear any. So I'm surprised to see them at number 4. However, since I did the survey, I have been hearing a couple on far side of the site. I hear them, but I haven't seen them. Number 3, the blue tit. Gorgeous blue tits. Number 2 was starling. Don't have any starlings on this site, thank goodness, because they are a bit of a bully bird, aren't they? And then, as I say, number 1, the house sparrow. And again, I don't seem to have sparrows in the garden either. So it would be interesting to see a breakdown a bit more thoroughly of this, say, sort of region by region. I'd be really keen to see what the results are for this little part of London. But there we go. Number 1 is the good old house sparrow, and the robin was only number 8. Right, enough on the birds. I think that shower has passed, so come on, let's get out and start trimming and trimming these gorgeous little paths and getting them in shape for the summer. If we have a summer. Yes, we're going to have a summer. Oh, that's so insanely satisfying. Right, let's have a little drink. Actually, I like to go this way, because I'm right-handed. Ship shape and Bristol fashion. You'll have to excuse what sounds like shots in the background. One of our neighbours is having, not a plot neighbour, a house neighbour is having some massive shed built in their garden, and they're using one of those nail guns. Actually, Tamara and I have both just looked over and thought, we'd quite like one of those. Anyway, so let me just show you. I haven't actually finished the grass, the paths. Oh gosh, that was far too fast. So I'm not cutting it too short, because it's the first cut. Don't want to go mad with all that gorgeous fresh baby growth down there. But also my battery always runs out on the first cut before I can finish. So look at the state of the grass here. I mean, how tatty is it? Good morning, Poppy. Are you going to help with the grass? She says, only if you give me a feed. Yeah, so because the grass is so long and sappy, I've run out of juice. So I haven't been able to do this path. And I'm not worried about doing the edges for bed number 5 properly yet, because I'm going to completely cut these edges again when I get on to working on this bed, which will hopefully be over the next week or so. But down here, something I do need to tackle now, and I'm just having a bit of a head scratch about it, it's these weeds in the path. I don't know what they are. Are they teasels? I'm not sure. But they're right on the edge of the path, and there's part of me which just thinks, I'll just mow their heads off. But I know if I don't sort them out now, that's just going to become an issue, because you can see it's kind of right in line with what I want to develop as the edge of the path. They're still not properly done this section because it's still new, but I'm thinking rather than leave it and then come the high summer regret it, I'm going to tackle it now. So I'm going to end up, I think, with a hole in my path, which I'll just fill with a bit of earth and then see if I can maybe nick some grass seed from someone. Right, let's go and find a spade of some description. Right, I'm not sure what's the best way to tackle this. I think, because I don't want to, I'll try this way, but I've also just borrowed this tool from Tamara next door, which kind of long now, it's got a slightly serrated edge, so that might be useful too. Anyway, let's have a go. I've got a feeling my spade won't want to go in here. Because obviously I don't want to make a huge hole, but I want to make sure it's out. Out, darling weed, out, I say. Maybe that'll do it on this one. Give myself a bit of space. Oh, I've got no space. Good job this bed isn't planted yet. That's what I was saying about, I'm just going to try and get on and get this out today, because before we know it, hopefully the garden will be a jungle again. How deep is that going? Oh, that's quite a nifty little tool actually, isn't it? Tamara, where was this from?
Oh, I have no idea.
So,
I think it was always though.
It's got a good bit of leverage on it. Gotcha. So, oh, and 2 rusty nails. Well, I think that looks like it's completely out. There's its tap root. That's what I was being mindful I didn't want to leave down there. So, right, I've just got a dirty great hole in my path now. Yeah, so it's kind of like there. I'll need to just basically fill it and get some grass seed. See if we can get this one out with less damage. Oh, is it going? Yes. God, that is a really nifty little tool. So, like Tamara says, not sure where she got it from, but I'm looking out for something like that because it's got a good bit of leverage on it. Right, that's those 2. And I've just spotted another one over there. Right, let's get another one out. I think, you know what, it's probably going to turn out that this little tool is called a weed digger. Because it seems to be pretty efficient at this. I don't want to leave a single bit in. This edge might actually disappear when I come to do bed number 5 properly. Let's have you out. Getcha! There it is. Hopefully that's all of its root as well. Although, no, I think that's the lot. Catch them when they're little. Da, da, da. It'll grow back. Yay, another good little job done. Do you remember the hole I showed you the other day that the fox made? I think I know why now. Because I don't know if this is going to pick up, but can you see right down in there? Oh, can you see? There's a very, very, very skinny long hole. I think that's a rat down there. And then the bigger hole is the fox going after the rat. And I'm wondering if the rat is down there because it's been attracted by dropped bird seed from the feeder in the rose bush. There. Can anyone lend me their terrier? Oh, I don't want to have to deal with a rat. I don't think, it's not really picking up on screen, but that hole is deep down there. I tell you what, that rat's a better digger than me. I'll have to have a think on this one. It feels great to be getting this grass done. One of the great things about doing all the communal mowing is gorgeous clippings, which are the first mulch for the broad beans. Yay! Morning! Right. Onwards and upwards. Oh. Well, I've done my bit of communal mowing. I'm just going to go and see what the next job is on the community list. It's been great to have this dry for a couple of days and dry today. It's turning into a gorgeous day. Just means that we can get this grass having its first cut. We've had about 4 mowers out today. Let me show you. Look at that. Lovely trim grass, but the thing to remember at this time of year with the first cut is don't go too low with your blades. The grass is really sappy at the moment, and it's taking it out of the machine, but also just give it a short cropping, and then, you know, in a couple of weeks or a week's time, hello, there's another mower, in a week's time you can go. You right, missus? Look at it.
The wrists are gone.
Are you warm, Kay?
I'm very warm.
There's Catherine on the strimmer. So yeah, actually this is a perfect demonstration of it. You can see, let me show you, you can see, grass is so long, and no, I was just showing the long grass. You happy? So, noisy. If it's really long like that, like I was showing you there, really tussocky, it might be better to go at it first of all with, as Catherine is doing, a strimmer. I think the Americans call it a weed whacker. So yeah, once it's had this first cut, you can then hopefully, sorry that was panned around really fast, in a week or so, come back. You can see, look how long it is all lying there. It's like a hay meadow. Come back in a week or so and just drop your blades down a little bit and do another cut, depending on the weather, of course. And look, in our orchard we have our first bit of blossom. Isn't this pretty? And the bees are at it in there already. Oh, happy bees. This is our plum tree, so hopefully we're beyond the danger of frost now, because I think last year we had a bit of a late frost and we lost so many of our blossoms, but oh, pretty. Right, I need to go and find out what the next task is on the list. This is the next task. I don't know if you're going to be able to hear me, but you see that little bit of white pipe? That's going to go to our sink in our little communal shed, so we need to build a soakaway for it, which means, first of all, getting rid of the all the wheelbarrows. But yeah, that's the next job on the list, so let's put the camera down and get back to work. Wow, it's such a crazy noisy day today. I love it. It's a hive of industry. I'm just having a quick little 2-minute break from mowing to get these grass clippings down as mulch, because they work brilliantly. Hold on, let's get up again. Yeah, and then once these broad beans come out, can you hear me? And the cocos go in, I'll just turn the grass in a little bit. But in the meantime, hold a bit of moisture, suppress a few of the weeds. Brilliant. First ladybird of the year. Woo! You see, all we needed was a bit of sunshine. Right, let's get this bed mulched. It might get very noisy in a minute because the neighbour's building, but I'm going to try and do a bit of a rescue / recycle. The people at the back have been doing a bit of work and they've killed a vine. They've killed the vine, which is such a shame because it produced lovely fruit. But there's a load of the vines, tines, whatever you call them, stuck up in the elder. So I'm going to have a little climb and see if I can get them down, because I've got an idea. Oh, that's two. Oh. I'm determined.
Do you want a hand?
I think. Coming. Get out. Right, that's one bit. Past this 2K, just wait patiently there.
Behind camera.
On this set.
Where I should be.
Oh my goodness, up my backside. Look how long it is. Crazy long. So, what I'm thinking. Can you tell what it is yet? Can you tell what I'm thinking? More tops for my bean hoops. Brilliant. There's about another 4 lengths up there. I think I'm going to have a try and get them out. I'll make sure someone's around though, because just in case I go flying. But for now, we're all going to go and have tea and cake because we've all been working so hard. You ready for some tea, Kay?
I am very
Ready for some cake, Kay? Yeah.
I prefer a gin and tonic.
Yeah, gin and tonic would be nice. So we're going to go and have a brew, and then I'll come back, get on the roof of my shed and see if I can get the rest of it down.
Все, ее не будет, сейчас 2 минуты она уебывает. Я говорю,
I reckon it's going to be far too entangled, isn't it?
2 минуты ее не будет. Все, Андрюха, давай, я на работе, короче, я не могу тебе долго говорить.
I don't want it to damage the tree, but on the other hand, I don't want the tree being...
Я все понял, я тебе сказал 2 минуты.
Maybe if I'd come down a bit and get a better footing somewhere. Vivi goes trapezing. Oh yeah. It broke.
Right, the footage is now all over.
Getting some of it out, isn't it? And also, you know, unchoke the tree a bit. If I get my finger in there. No, I think that's far too entangled. I think that's going to be a ladder and snippers. Yeah. No, that's just too gnarled up. Poor tree. Oh well, that's a bit. I wonder if I can get that bit. That bit there. Ow! That's well and truly tangled. No, well I think I'll make do with what I've got for now. And then see if I can get some sort of ladder. Yeah, I need a ladder and snippers. Well, it was worth a try. Got a bit out. Which might be too skinny to use, but at least it saves the tree from being strangled, doesn't it? So I don't know for what, but surely it's got to be good for something. If I don't plait it too tight, then it should give it some flexibility still. Oopla.
yeah, so I've got quite a few little straggly bits like this. Maybe I can create something. I don't know what, and I don't know why, but maybe. So if I do that with other, see, that's actually going to give it a bit of rigidity. So with the really long sappy bits, maybe that's how I can do an arch. And if not, maybe I could use it just to, you know, like hold some of the big bellowy plants like the cosmos. Think of something. Yeah. Ah, that's been a lovely little session this morning, afternoon, about 4 hours. Do you know, it's kind of quite hard work doing all the mowing, but that's our first mow done. Brilliant. Thud, don't worry, that's not my shed, that's the neighbours behind who are doing some building. Chuffed those bits of the old grapevine, so hopefully I can do something with those for my arches. Crikey, they're on my roof. Shut up! Yeah, and what was really nice was after we'd done all the work, we all came together. One of the girls had baked a cake, so we had tea and cake, and then we had a little open discussion group talking about ways to manage slugs that are organic. So everyone was pitching their ideas in, and we've made a poster now to put in the communal shed, which we can add to, and as the season goes by we can sort of put ticks against what's working. So yeah, it's a really lovely kind of communal effort. Typically though, we finish all the communal stuff and I'm done. Minis are killing me, it's time to go home. So not really anything on my plot today, apart from that bit of trimming and those couple of weeds. And I'm now suddenly thinking, gosh, I've got so much to do. I suddenly, out of nowhere, feel like I've got loads to do. So I'm going to go home if my shed roof doesn't cave in on me, get myself home, mentally think about each bed and what's going in it, make my little list, and then think about how I can tackle that over the next couple of weeks, working with the weather and working with the work I need to do indoors at home and doing all my sewing. Yay! So I'm done in. So I think it's time for me to say cheerio, everyone. Whatever you're getting up to, I hope you're enjoying it. And if you're having a few sunny days now, make the most of them. Get out there if you can. If you have to bunk off work, do it. I'm kidding. Don't be bunking off work. So yeah, I will catch up with you all again really soon, I hope. Hopefully this cold will have disappeared by the next time I see you, because I think that's made me a bit flat today as well, but never mind. So in the meantime, take care everyone, and I will see you all again really, really soon.